Everyone, this is Meet and I'm back with the next list, that is the top 7 historical Korean dramas. So the first drama on this list is Hwarang. Hwarang stars Park Seo Joon, Park Hyun Sik, Kim Tae Young, that is BTS-V, and Do Ji Han, Cho Yoon Woo, Go Ara, and Choi Min Ho. It's a fictional historical romance, bromance, friendship drama, but it's basically a historical action romance drama. You have a lot of romance in this. More than the romance, you get to see a lot of romance, and you have such great, such beautiful male actors in this. So obviously, it's a fun watch. Not everybody liked it when it was released, but I think by now it has established its worthiness. There's a lot of comedy in it. The plot is good. It's about a fictional kingdom called Silla. It has an elite team of 6 men, 6 very beautiful men who know how to dance and who know how to fight. Basically, the action scenes in this drama are choreographed so beautifully that it looks like they're dancing. The second drama on this list is Rookie Historian Guherang. This drama stars Cha Eun-woo and Shin Se-kyung. It's about the first female historians who were allowed into the palace. Now this is fictional, obviously. They are fictional characters. Cha Eun-woo plays a prince. Now you get to see the development of this prince from a really shy, naive person into a confident, headstrong personality who does not want the throne. It's not about the throne. This is one of the very few Seguk dramas that is not about the crown prince and his brother fighting for the throne or something like that. There is no throne involvement in this drama. I think that's what makes it a very easy, laid back watch. There are no love triangles either. Now, this drama, like a lot of Korean dramas, has a complicated, entwined past of the first leads, which makes the plot all the more interesting. It is an age gap romance, which is gaining popularity these days. You don't get this level of character development in a lot of dramas, in a lot of laid back or relaxed Korean dramas, Korean romances. The third drama on this list is Arang and the Magistrate. This is a relatively older drama. It was released in 2012. It stars Shin Mina and Lee Joon Ki. Okay. Lee Joon Ki, whose drama Flower of Evil is airing right now. Just waiting for it to complete so I can watch it. So Lee Joon Ki plays a magistrate who is interested in a region or in a locality where he has a past, where he has to find some answers. So he gets transferred there. This magistrate has the power to see ghosts. He can see them, he can feel them, he can talk to them, but he pretends that he can't because ghosts are annoying initially. Shin Mina plays a ghost who has forgotten how she died, why she died, and who she was. Now these two have a connected past, and like all these dramas have connected pasts. Anyway, so they have a connected past, and Arang begs the magistrate to help her find out her identity, find out why she died, and so that her ghost can pass on to the afterlife. So the magistrate agrees, and obviously because they have a connection in the past, he gets to solve the mystery that he was looking to solve as well. This drama is the uniquely Korean category of horror romance. There are other Asian dramas with the horror romance category, but I saw horror romance for the first time in Korean dramas. The fourth drama on this list is Moon Embracing the Sun. It stars Kim Soo-yoon and Han Ga-in. So the younger selves are portrayed by Yo Jin-gu and Kim Yoo-jung. Both these leads, the older version of the leads and the younger version of the leads, both have such great acting skills. Both have portrayed their characters, the emotions beautifully. It's a drama where there's such a lot of heartbreak, there's such a lot of emotional scenes. It is based on a novel, and it has Kim Soo-young playing the crown prince who eventually becomes the king, and Han Ga-in playing the role of a shaman. When these two were younger, they were supposed to get married to each other, but apparently she died. The crown princess, you can call her, she died of some mysterious illness, because of which he had to marry someone else. Now many years later, he meets a shaman who resembles his first love, and then the story begins. As the story goes on, you discover that there was a really evil plot to get rid of the crown princess, and how they find out what happened. This drama has politics, murder, mystery. It has a lot of romance. It's basically a melodrama of lovers reuniting. Drama on this list is Tale of Nogdu. It was a relatively recent drama. I think, it was released in 2019. It stars the very talented Jang Dong Yoon and Kim So Yeon. Tale of Nogdu has a man with a mysterious past. The reason he has to disguise himself as a woman is because he wants to enter a woman-only village where he believes he will get clues to the truth behind his birth, which is obviously related to the palace. Kim So-yeon, the female lead, plays a Kiseng in training who doesn't actually want to be a Kiseng. Her actual goal is to get revenge on somebody. So she's training for said revenge. These two meet in this women-only village. The women-only village is just next to a Kiseng house. The plot behind this drama is quite interesting. This drama brought to light the excellent acting skills of Jang Dong-yeon. Kim So-yeon, we all know, is a very nice, sweet, charming actress. The sixth drama on this list is Grand Prince. Although this drama was released in 2018, I saw this drama a few weeks back. I didn't realize it was such a good drama. Actually, I've started seeing more of Yoon Si-yoon's dramas after I saw him in Psychopath Diary. Yes. So I really liked his acting and I decided, okay, why not watch a historical drama of this really nice actor. So this drama stars Yoon Si-yoon and Jin Se-yeon, Joo Sang-wook. Now, for once, Joo Sang-wook does not play the hero. He plays a villainous role. Not too evil, but yeah, definitely villainous. It's a historical romantic action drama where there's a fight between two grand princes. Grand princes are princes who are in line for the throne, but they are not actually crown princes. Now, Yoon Si-yoon's character is absolutely not interested in the crown prince's position or the throne. The same cannot be said for the other grand prince. Now, Yoon Si-yoon's character dies and comes back, dies and comes back, dies and comes back, kind of like Sam and Dean in Supernatural. Yeah. This drama has an excellent ending. It is a great drama. There are very good action sequences. This drama has Yoon Si-yoon, and that is all the reason you need to watch this drama. The last drama on this list is Fate. This drama was released in 2012. It stars Lee Min-ho. Lee Min-ho stars in this drama with Kim Hee-sun, who's a very talented actress herself. I need not say anything about Lee Min-ho. Okay, so it's a historical time fantasy romance or time fusion romance where the female lead comes from the future and Lee Min-ho is a historical figure. Lee Min-ho plays the royal bodyguard to a king of the Goryeo dynasty. Now, when the new king and his queen are returning from China to Korea, they are attacked and the queen is in mortal danger. Because of which the king tells his royal bodyguard that you must go through a mythical passage so as to go to the future and bring back the great physician. So Lee Min-ho goes to the future and he spots this doctor, and this doctor comes back to the past with him, is almost forced to come back to the past with him. She treats the queen gets better, but somehow because of some evil schemes, this doctor is stuck in the past with Lee Min-ho. Okay, I mean with Lee Min-ho's character. And the two fall in love. Okay. This drama has political conspiracies. It has a lot of weird costumes, which are quite different from the costumes of Joseon Dynasty historical dramas. Maybe because this is a Goryeo Dynasty historical drama. Now, Goryeo Dynasty comes before the Joseon Dynasty. There are two other dramas, Scarlet Heart Ryo and Empress Ki. I just couldn't bring myself to watch both these dramas. One day I will, but not right now. Not when I know it's sad. So I'll just wait for a season 2, at least for Scarlet Heart. And when the season 2 has a happy ending, I'll watch the season 1. Okay, so that was it for historical Korean dramas, and I'll see you next time. Please like, share and subscribe. Bye.